My neighbor turned destroying my Halloween display into a family tradition, so I gave them a concrete reason to stop. Every October for 3 years, the same sick ritual played out on my security cameras. My neighbor's teenage son accelerating across my lawn, destroying every carefully carved pumpkin and decoration I'd put up, while his father cheered him on from the passenger seat like they were at a demolition derby. When I finally confronted them, the father's smirk told me everything. Boys will be boys, he chuckled. It's just harmless fun. He suggested I should expect it by now and stop wasting money on decorations. As his son revved the engine behind us, the father added, maybe just skip Halloween this year and save yourself the disappointment. I tried everything reasonable to stop them. First, I put up a small fence, but they simply drove through it like it was made of paper. When I moved the display closer to the house, they drove further onto my lawn, destroying grass along with the decorations. The no trespassing signs I posted ended up crumpled in my driveway the next morning. The police told me that without damage exceeding $500, it was merely a minor property issue not worth their time. The fourth year, I invested $400 in elaborate decorations, hoping that seeing the effort might make them reconsider. Instead, they struck on October 2nd, earlier than ever, laughing as pumpkin pieces flew across my yard. My neighbors began putting their decorations in their backyards. It's just not worth the hassle, one told me sadly. Meanwhile, the kid was bragging at school about his annual pumpkin run, like it was some kind of tradition. But the breaking point came when my wife found glass in our dog's paw from bottles they'd started smashing in our yard after destroying the pumpkins. When I confronted them, the father just laughed it off. Dogs heal. Stop being so dramatic about a little good fun. The police literally told me to just stop decorating if it bothered me so much. Even my wife suggested we should skip Halloween because it wasn't worth the trouble. That night, listening to them plan this year's epic run with even more people, something in me finally snapped. I withdrew $400 from my savings account and bought 2 massive pumpkins for my wife and me, plus 5 smaller ones for each of our kids. After carving them beautifully with each family member's initial, I worked at night after everyone was asleep, filling every hollow interior with Quikrete and reinforcing them with rebar. But here's where I got creative. Under cover of darkness, I connected all 7 pumpkins with more concrete underneath, essentially creating an underground foundation that turned our pumpkin family into one solid, immovable wall disguised as an innocent display. Every night, I sat giddy by the window with the lights off, waiting. On October 2nd at 11 p.m., a familiar engine roar filled the air. The impact was catastrophic. The car hit our pumpkin family dead center and crumpled like aluminum foil. The front axle snapped, the engine block cracked, and airbags deployed. All the kids screamed and the dad cursed. Neighbors finally witnessed what had been happening. Our concrete pumpkin family hadn't moved a millimeter. The father called the police himself, screaming that I'd tried to murder his son. The officer surveyed the carnage, then looked at my display. Sir, these are decorative pumpkins on his own lawn. Your son drove into them. The father exploded. That psychopath knew we'd be coming. We destroy his shit every Halloween, and this time, the words hung in the air like a confession at church. His face went from red to ghostly white. The officer noticed the son stumbling toward their house, reeking of beer. The breathalyzer reading made him whistle. Your kid's hammered? You've been sending your drunk son to commit vandalism? That's when it hit me like a brick. Halloween night meant trick-or-treaters everywhere. They'd been one swerve away from killing a child, and the father had been encouraging it for years. The officer turned to me. You said this happens every year? I calmly pulled out 4 years of meticulously saved evidence, including footage, reports, and receipts totaling over $2,000. I want them both charged, I said coldly. The father tried to backtrack, but he'd already confessed on the officer's body cam. When investigators checked the son's social media, they found videos of him vandalizing 6 other houses throughout the neighborhood. The insurance company denied their claim once they saw it was intentional criminal activity. I didn't stop there though. I helped every vandalized neighbor file reports and posted all the footage on the neighborhood Facebook page. The court case that followed destroyed their lives. The son's DUI and scholarship loss were just the beginning. The judge's real poetry was making them spend 3 years maintaining the city's Halloween decorations, the very things they'd loved destroying. Between the criminal records and restitution to 6 families, their little tradition had cost them everything. This Halloween, the whole neighborhood decorated again. My display was bigger than ever, and those concrete pumpkins, still in my garden, painted gold like trophies. Nobody's touched them since.